Hello, I made this video creating this look you see here. I'm calling it my Glam Bridal look. So if you want some tips and tricks on how to get this look, keep on watching. I'm using the Tarte Amazonian Clay palette. I think it's a pro palette. I really like these eyeshadows because they're long lasting, so I love them for clients. But I'm taking the color Innocent. It's just a light brown shade and I'm using that as my transition. After I have my transition shade, I get a smaller brush and I'm using the color Whimsy, which is more of a terracotta shade, and putting it right below in the crease and buffing it out. So I'm going to take this shade again, which is Whimsy, and I'm going to start focusing it on my outer crease. And what I like to do is I like to map out the shape first, and then once I get the shape down, then I'll start buffing it out. But it's really important to get a lighter shade down first before you add those dark shades. That way it looks way more seamless once it's all blended out. Once I get the shape down that I like, I'm going to go ahead and go over to the other eye and do the same thing. And as you can tell, I'm just going back and forth until I get the color and the shape that I want. So now I'm taking this brown shade here, which is called Edgy, and I'm going to take an even smaller brush and I'm going to place it on my outer crease, but right below that first shade, which was Whimsy. That way they are all, you can see both shades, and I'm going to start building it up. You never want to add a lot of product at once. And even though this video is very sped up, you'll see how much time I take taking the color, blending, adding more, and blending. I also make sure to take that same shade and put it along my lash line. That way, after I have liner on and everything, it just all looks really seamless and the transition is really good. And then I'll go ahead and just take a clean blending brush and I'm just making sure everything is blended together. I'm taking this shade here, which is Smoked. It's a very dark chocolate brown, and I'm going to go ahead and layer it with an even smaller brush in my inner crease, almost like in a C-like motion, and then go ahead and blend. This next technique that I'm doing is a half cut crease. If you have a lot of lid space, this is totally unnecessary, but I do it because when I'm wearing eyeliner, when I have eyeliner on and I don't do this, it looks like I'm just wearing eyeliner. You can't see any lid space. So I'm doing this with concealer. I take a very small, stiff brush and I am placing it over where my eye crease is, if you can tell. And it just makes my eyes appear bigger. And I'll go ahead and attach a picture of what my eyes look like with eyeliner on. It pretty much just looks like all liner. And then when I do this technique here, my eyes look so much larger and like I have more lid space. So I'm putting it right above where my eyes crease. So right here you can see it's eyeliner and then that fold. And here with my eyes open, it looks like I have more lid space. So I'm using the Morphe 24G palette and I'm taking the shade Glazed, and I am spraying my brush with Fix Plus. That just makes shimmery shades a little bit more vibrant, and I am placing that on the area that I just did the cut crease technique on. Just patting it in with a flat brush and marking it where I need it to go, and kind of just making sure that it looks nice and blended on the ends. And then I'll go ahead and grab some of those transition shades that I did earlier to go ahead and make sure everything is blended, and so it doesn't look super harsh on the outer crease. And I'm taking Whimsy and I'm just placing that right in front of the darker shade. That way everything looks seamless and blended together. I did my eyeliner and eyelashes off of camera. I'm setting my eyebrows with Benefit Cabral. And a nice makeup trick, and a reason I like to do my eyes first, is I'll take a makeup wipe and I'll clean up my eyes, and I will make sure that that eyeliner is extra sharp. I have really red spots, so I'm taking the NYX color correcting palette and I'm taking the green and I'm putting the green concealer over all of the areas where I'm super red. This just neutralizes the shade and makes it less noticeable. This is a full coverage look, so I'm taking the MAC Pro Longwear foundation and I'm placing it all over, making sure to put it down the neck and make sure just everything is seamless and we are all one color. Next, I'm going to be taking my favorite concealer, and it's the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I'm transitioning my kit to using all of these. I just found that it works the best. It doesn't crease. They have a lot of shades. I just love it. It's my holy grail concealer. I put it down the bridge of my nose, under my eyes, underneath my nose. I'm a little red there, on my forehead, on the corners of my mouth because I'm a little red there as well, and on my chin. You want to just highlight all of the areas, and this is really important for brides also with taking photos, just creating more depth. Then I'm taking a damp beauty blender and I'm going to go ahead and make sure to press that into my skin. Never wipe. You want to just go ahead and pat it, pat all over. And then I will be taking the RCMA translucent powder and go ahead and bake that. I am a little bit dry right now, so I'm not really letting that set for as long as I normally would, but under the eyes I like to set them right away because this helps with creasing, and I find that this concealer and this translucent powder, I don't crease at all. It's the best. I'm dusting off all the excess powder. Then I'm going to take the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. I use this in my kit. Pretty much everything that you're seeing here is from my kit. I normally don't ever use my kit makeup. I use my own, but I just wanted potential clients to see what they should expect if they book with me. And next I'm taking the Kat Von D contour palette, and I'm taking that middle banana shade and putting it underneath my eyes just to highlight it and give them a little more brightness. Next, I'm taking the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Give Me Sun, and I'm bronzing up my face. I love this bronzer. It's so pretty. And I'm just bronzing the sides of my cheeks, my forehead, sides of my nose, and underneath the chin. It just gives everything a more sculpted look and gives your face more depth and dimension. So next I'm taking the RCMA translucent powder and I'm just cleaning up the bronzer that I just used, and I just find that this makes it look cleaner and sharper. And I take the Tarte Blush Bazaar palette. There's a bunch of shades. I love them because it's the Amazonian clay formula, and so they're super long lasting. I'm taking Angelic and Authentic and I'm just mixing them together. And then I add Worthy on top, and it's a very shimmery shade, and I just love for all of my brides to look really glowy on their special day. And then I'm adding highlight. I already did to the sides of my face, on the bridge of my nose, Cupid's bow, and here I'm going back into the Tarte Pro palette and I'm just doing the same thing I did on the top. I'm doing those transition shades, Whimsy and Innocent, buffing it in. Then on the very outer edges I'm using the color Edgy, and I'm just making sure everything is blended. And then I will go ahead and take the color Smoked and just put it on the ends as well. And this just creates more depth and definition. Big surprise. It's just the theme here. Just adding, building color, buffing it out. So once the bottom looks how I like it, I will go ahead and put some eyeliner on. For brides, I rarely ever do any black. I just find that it's like a little bit harsh, but of course if they want it, I'm glad to. I usually like to do something nude or white. Those really open up the eyes, look a little bit brighter. If you want something dark, I love Velvet Teddy by MAC. It's a shimmery brown, so I'll go ahead and do that. Next, I'm adding Shroom. It's by MAC. It's a shimmery shade, but it's not super glittery, and I'll go ahead and put that right on my brow bone. and I'll put it on the inner corner of my eye. And next, I'm taking the lip liner Soar. It's by MAC. I use this on like 95% of my brides. I just find that it looks so great on so many different skin tones. It's a nice mauve color, and I'm just adding a lip gloss on top. It's my own personal one, but I usually just will do like a clear gloss. And this is the look. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know. I hope this was helpful. I know I love watching makeup tutorials, and I love the super in-depth ones because I learned so much. So I'm hoping that you could learn some tips and tricks as well. And I hope to continue to make more videos. Maybe I'll do like a more natural look next time. What do you think? Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a great day.